maybe before you care about their soul, make sure that they won't die tomorrow by dehydration. It's the same thing with your staff. People have big teams. Your goal is not to have a ton of fucking employees. Your goal is to pay the right people more to do the job of 10 people. Instead of paying mediocre people $2,000 a month, let's say 5 of them, you'll pay one guy 10 grand and you'll produce and you'll have the workload and you'll have the results of all those 5 people combined, but you only have to manage one. When you take care of people at a personal level, make sure that they're paid for. Assign a operator to run your business or train an operator to eventually take over your business by cloning how you operate and by understanding that you need to go from hustler to boss. That is the secret to getting to the next level. The first problem and challenge you need to solve when you become a boss is the question that you need to ask yourself. And it's the following question. How do I make my team more money? How do I make sure my team gets rich? Like that is my goal as a boss. My goal is to make sure that the people that are on my ship are nurtured, provided for, and taken care of at a big level, to whereby when they arrive to the destination, they're not hungry, jealous, and ready to throw a mutiny, right? So you take care of your people. You take care of your people by first making sure that the operations are taken care so that you can step out and become a boss. 2 is by thinking about your staff and your people before you think about yourself. So a lot of these guys that are out here that have VAs, that hire staff, it's all about how can I use this human resource for my pleasure, for my goals, for my objectives.
People brag about paying $5 an hour. I'm like, that is not a flex, man. That's not a flex.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because you're no different than the guys that are out here doing the same bullshit for the quarterly revenue. Mm-hmm. You're not. What's the difference? It's a different scale, but the principle is the same. Because if I gave you the oops, did my camera die? Let me swap that battery real quick. So this idea of a $5 flex, bro, I'm paying my guys $5 an hour. It's because you're no different than the guys that are doing the quarterly profit. You're all about the money. You're all about you. But if you can build an organization and your first train of thought is how can I make my team more wealthy, more successful, better positioned? Like, for example, one of the things that we have, I'm big with water. Like clean water to me is one of the essential sources for lifespan longevity and the ability to perform at a high level. Within our organization, if you drink tap water, we buy you a water filter. Like we buy you the water filtration system that I utilize to make sure that you have clean drinking water. Why? Because if I can take care of you as an individual, you'll take care of me as an individual. And that's the entire name of the game, is making sure that the people that you fuck with and the people that are inside your organization are ride or die. Like they are with you. So when you see things as an organization, there's no loyalty. But when you see things as a mission, there's loyalty. You're in the business of recruiting, not mercenaries, but missionaries. That's what has to transcend money. But the conversation starts with money, which is where the paradox lies. But if people can feel taken care of on the financial side, then that's when you impact and start changing their lives. It's like what I like to say is all these people out go and do all this nonprofit work and preaching and trying to convert people. And they're like starving, right? All these people are starving and they're trying to convert them. I was like, well, maybe you should start by like giving them an apple. Like maybe before you care about their soul, make sure that they won't die tomorrow by dehydration. It's the same thing with your staff. Before you take care of them at a personal level, at a relational level, you need to take care of them at a financial level. Make sure that they're comfortable, that they're able to operate. This does what for me? And we've seen it that my methodology works. And I'll prove what my methodology is because of everything that's been taking place over the last 2 months, which is what? Job cuts. Mm-hmm. People have big teams. Your goal is not to have a ton of fucking employees. Your goal is to pay the right people more to do the job of 10 people. You need to go hire the talent that is outstanding. And instead of paying mediocre people $2,000 a month, let's say 5 of them, you'll pay one guy 10 grand and you'll produce and you'll have the workload and you'll have the results of all those 5 people combined, but you only have to manage one. So that's how I like to build it. I like to get people involved into my organizations. I'm not the unionized type of guy. I'm very capitalistic in this perspective, but at the same time, I understand that I wouldn't be anything without my people, without my team, without my crew, and my crew needs to be taken care of. Adding an extra zero in my bank account isn't going to necessarily have an impact on my life. Well, it'll have an impact on my life because that zero of it goes really big. But I would prefer to divest that into break it up between my team to make sure that my team is taken care of. So when you take care of people at a personal level, make sure that they're paid for. Assign a operator to run your business, or train an operator to eventually take over your business by cloning how you operate. And by understanding that you need to go from hustler to boss and no longer think like a person that has to survive, right, in their business in order to make money, but that they can thrive by becoming a boss and putting the things in place. That is the secret to getting to the next level.